The Deme situation has gone diabolical. Hi, Vamp Cows. It's Vermire back again with another React Andy on our favorite mean girl thought, not a prostitute, but okay with getting sexy sex cloth off on stream girl. That was awful, but I'm gonna. But that's just being kept in anyway. I was trying to copy my legend tech tone. It didn't work. So apparently, so I think she's quintupled down, quintetted down even. Who knows? I mean, she keeps doubling down. It looks like it's working for her. As far as I remember, she had 22,000 followers. Now she has 22,800 and a half. So I don't know. Good for her. She's probably getting attraction from a bunch of people that will instantly hate her the moment that she does, I don't know, something that isn't so the LGBTQ plus AAIP, whatever you want to call it. That'd be my guess. Who knows, though? I mean, people that follow Mean Girl, they ain't following the Mean Girl just because they think that they should. I can't speak. I woke up 2 hours ago. That's my excuse. No one's gonna follow Mean Girl just because they think they're funny. Or because they're mean to other people that those people don't like. Well, maybe that is part of it. But, come on, we all know it involves a third hand. But, of course, though, our favorite femboy, Lolly femboy, he's back at it again with another news post.
Hey, what's up, guys? Here. Welcome to part 4 of the Deme situation.
Part 4? Jeez, I only watched 3 of them. Woo! Actually, no, I take that back. I did watch 4. I just kind of forgot.
She has quadrupled down on the recent drama, and in no way does her recent post attempt to combat the narrative that she's...
Oh no. You know how many people are gonna care? That's right, 0 of her gooner audience that are filled with nothing but people that are enjoying themselves with the third hand while watching her, while they watch her get plapped, while she pretends it doesn't happen. Or maybe, who knows, maybe it was confirmed that it did happen, but it was just an inside joke, an inside secret.
A hypocrite, a mean girl, someone who is prone to crash outs. No, instead, she is making yet another post trying to defeat the narrative that she was getting live on Twitch.com during a recent stream. We're going to see...
You can say sexy sex, cloth off. It's that easy, but alright.
Regarding that, but also the continued cope from her strongest sycophants on Twitter, and we're also going to see how this drama has found her on every platform she inhabits. Basically, this whole situation boils down to this: Deme avoiding accountability like her life depended on it. Now, in case you missed the...
Still no idea if this is like a real commissioned image or fan art or what, but I mean that's basically her real outfit. I think this is like AI generated. It looks too cheesy. It's also missing details from like her actual outfit, so I'm pretty sure it's AI generated. I mean, the boots are even too. That's not what her fit looks like. I mean, we've looked at it plenty of times. I'm not gonna look at it again. Otherwise, I might get the vibes, and I'll have to stop the recording.
The previous episodes of Dragon Ball here, I'm going to give a very quick rundown of everything that's happened so far. So it began by Deme making a post trying to draw boundaries when it comes to not safe for work art of her model. Chibi Reviews, among others, point out the hypocrisy where she is constantly reposting very suggestive arts. And then she would respond to Chibi Reviews making fun of him for being cheated on, which is not just mean girl behavior and making fun of someone's lowest moments. It is very hypocritical given her own situation with her boyfriend, who about 1.5 years ago she accused of verbal and physical abuse.
I love using people's own wording against them. Guys, don't make fun of me for my lowest moments. Okay, then why are you making fun of this guy for his lowest moment? Shit, I accidentally stopped the recording.
He even claimed that he slashed her leg with a knife, leaving a 7-inch scar. And of course, when it comes to her situation for the last 1.5 years, she has routinely condemned anyone bringing up her lowest moments. But of course, she did just that to Chibi Reviews the second he criticized her.
Rules for thee, not for me.
Then the next day, while in her trip to Japan, that's going really well, by the way, she basically doubled...
Such a good time in Japan that she can't get off Twitter and talk about how Chibi Reviews deserves everything that's coming towards him. Yeah, it must be a really good trip in Japan, huh?
Down on everything, saying she's always been a bad person, and that anyone upset about the situation doesn't really matter anyways. And when confronted with the criticism of her being such a men's health advocate she says she still is, just not.
I'm a bad person, therefore nobody should look up to me. Well, that's too bad, girl boss. That's too bad, queen. You got a large following. You kind of have to be a, like, semi-upstanding person. Otherwise, people ain't gonna respect you. Look at Neon. Look at FoozyTube. Keemstar's kind of recovered, but look at Keemstar. Leafy is here. iDubbbz. Even, like, subsection of, like, even, like, there's a decent amount of people that still just, like, H3H3. I'm one of them. They're just not good people. Oh no, guys, oh guys, it's fine. There's plenty of famous people that aren't good. Yeah, that doesn't mean that you should, like, constantly showcase your shitty behavior, because people are going to replicate that, and then we're just going to have clones of you that are going to be also just like you. It's not a slippery slope. It's the truth.
Not for people she thinks are weird. And then, shortly after, she posted this engagement bait, addressing the drama with a link not to her Twitch channel, but instead to a 24/7 rerun channel that plays her content on a loop.
Still incredibly gay. Why do you have a 24/7 channel? You stream, like, near daily. You are on vacation. You don't need the extra revenue. What are you doing? Are you, like, spending $100 on Uber Eats a day? Is that why you need a 24/7 channel for the extra revenue? Are you that broke? Maybe at that point, maybe you should, like, get a real job, or possibly, even better, work out and not eat like an unhealthy chud.
And you can see it's hit with a community note, and this is even more ironic given the fact that just hours prior, she made fun of people for farming engagement because they're so poor. That must be the reason why they're doing it.
Always projecting what they are doing. Or I guess in this case, she projected what she planned to do herself.
And then the next day, she woke up and felt the need to flex on the haters by posting about how she's buying her first Rolex ever.
Buying name brand stuff just makes you look like a retard. It's 2026. You just look like a fucking idiot. Everyone has a clock in their pocket called their phone.
Then the next day, she crashed out even more, sharing this now edited post, where it originally contained a screenshot of Chibi reviews, which is faked.
Not to mention, I wouldn't be surprised if Rolexes maybe were like $50 to build. I bet you they're not even that expensive to build. You're just paying for the name brand, but you're a stupid prostitute.
Was posted with the hope of painting him as some sort of a predator, but this is the real tweet that he made, where he is saying that he had his morning made by seeing a baby kangaroo.
I went to Walmart and someone was raising a literal baby kangaroo in Tennessee of all places. Made my morning. And then you have I still can't get over the fake tweet. Went to Walmart today, saw some cute lollies. We know it's fake, but it's still funny. It's because we can kind of imagine him still saying that
he made, where he is saying that he had his morning made by seeing a baby kangaroo in a Walmart. Then she would double down on that post, saying she had to update the tweet because she doesn't want...
Has to update the tweet. I don't want to spread misinformation. It's disinformation.
...to spread misinformation. Well, of course, the main body of the tweet contains...
Because it was malicious.
Many very manipulative statements trying to paint him again as a predator and as a scammer, among other things. She provides no explanation or proof of any of these things that she's claiming. Around that same time, the last 2 days really, people have been focusing on clips like this, where, according to some, they believe...
Well, a clip, there's only one so far. There could be more, though. She might have
been having intercourse live on Twitch. Now, just like I said in the previous video, I don't know if that's what she was doing. All I know is it sounds very odd, right? Just random blurts of screaming, lack of concentration, moaning, all this stuff. In fact, some diabolical...
It's even worse! Whoa! Dude, there was a Reddit post yesterday, and a guy covered like 30 minutes. This dude, this is diabolical. Bro went through like 2.5 hours? 2.5 hours of trying to prove that she got the sexy sex cloth off on stream. Oh my.
Individual provided a timestamp for every weird moment relating to this narrative. As you can see, it's a whole archive.
It could have just been like a one-off thing that happened, right? But come on. It is hypocritical that even if it was a one-off moment that you had this happen, you still have the VOD up for it. And then you still be like,
I don't want to see myself getting railed in art.
well, that's interesting because there seems to be a lot of people that believe you got railed live on stream and you have kept that up for 9 months. Interesting. Very confusing standards. So again, rules for thee, but not for me. Moment.
But this post was deleted by Deme, which a lot of people found.
It was deleted. Wow. So I guess she's having a really good trip in Japan, huh? Such a great trip in Japan that she's now looking both at Twitter and YouTube comments. Ooh.
Interesting. And this is really
too bad, Deme.
been the dominant narrative on social media the last 2 days. People making posts like this saying every masterpiece has its cheap copy.
You see, this would be funny if it wasn't posted by Rock Solid.
The screenshot of the related stream next to DSP. People claiming she had a bit of a DSP moment +1, I guess, if that's what people are assuming happened. But she seems way more bothered.
You see, the more fitting one is with that one VTuber that did the cuckolding ASMR. But I think we all know Rock Solid is a Taurus in every regard. So of course he wouldn't know about that.
By this accusation than anything else. Not the hypocrisy, not the situation with her boyfriend and the fact she went back to him after all this abuse she alleged, not the mean girl behavior, not the crashing out, not the flexing, the engagement baiting, none of that, right? She doesn't care about any of that. She has retreated to her echo chamber to talk about this.
Oh, womp womp. You know, actually, wait, going back to like her getting the sexy sex cloth off on stream. Like, how does that work? Did she like get up off her chair so that way her boyfriend could do it? Does she have like a standing desk? Is she always standing while she streams? Because that's what I want to know. Is there a hole in the chair? Because there wasn't a lot of movement beforehand showcasing her getting like up from what I've seen. But I don't think we're ever gonna find out. But definitely the entire ordeal very sus that it was just, you know, her being goofy, aha funny.
Right? She doesn't care about any of that. She has retreated to her echo chamber to talk about this, not to address the real criticism, but to really focus on the narrative we just talked about, where she says, I'm not really surprised that chibi viewers genuinely believe I had intercourse on stream because they probably never even heard a woman talk to them in real life.
Do you know how to English? What was that? So I guess you're another person that is causing Generation Alpha to not know how to like type because you yourself don't even know how to type. Very good, very good.
Just say incels at this point. This is like a diet Casey Tron. Just go the full length here and just call all of your haters incels. I mean, what are we even doing? And she adds on saying Nikita, her boyfriend, was literally streaming at the same time. They're trying to make themselves have a puck point of view. You can't make this stuff up. They can't defend themselves with the points I've said. So they're doing a...
Your points are, I'm a bitch. I suck. You shouldn't like me. Therefore, everything I say that's mean to you is okay. What are we supposed to do with that? All right, you can't do much with that. So what we do, we dig up dirt on you. You see how that goes? It's not that hard. On it, you ain't. Your counterpoints are, I'm mean. Everyone else's counterpoints are, well, you're a hypocrite, and we have evidence.
Character smear campaign, which is very ironic. She's been doing nothing but a smear campaign the last couple of days.
So now, can someone zoom in? Are we going to zoom in on the screenshots to find out if he actually was live at the same time? Because then, all right, even if he was, then that just means we have like one more alternative, which is a toy, which I kind of actually didn't think about.
On top of that, she can't defend herself because all of the hypocrisy and mean girl behavior is so blatant and obvious, she's not even trying to address any of those points. But of course, she's on Discord. She's with her echo chamber because she doesn't want to argue these things on Twitter because she has lost the narrative. I mean,
Of course she's lost the narrative.
you go to any of her posts, I don't care how many likes it has, just go to the replies. All the replies are dunking on her. And you don't even have to resort to talking about what may or may not have happened on stream. They're just pointing out the hypocrisy and mean girl behavior above all else. And of course...
Well, a couple people are. Let's be real.
He hasn't said anything. I guess he's preemptively blocking people like myself to try to control the narrative. But Deme could not help herself. She had to add on today with yet another post saying this. If I was crazy enough to get it on stream, I'd at least have an OF to bait engagement. Stop forcing your fantasy.
Well, if you have an OF, that's not to bait engagement. That's just because you're an online prostitute and you want the extra money and you don't care about having kids or carrying on another generation.
On others, my behind too fat to move that lil. And you can see there is just no stopping the impulsive nature of this woman. She is going to continue whether or not it's going to make...
So you're disproving the allegations by saying my ass is too big, therefore me bouncing up and down that little doesn't prove that I was sexy sex cloth off. Well, that's interesting. Did you record a POV with your boyfriend? Is that how you know that? I mean, so if that's actually the case with how it works when you're actually trying to do it, what about trying to hide it? There's no winning this. There's no winning this. Just shut up.
Look even worse. But this first part really lines up with what we've seen the last couple of days. So she's openly admitting if she opened up an OF, she would be able to bait engagement, basically siphon money from her fans through that content. And you know what? If you're really just kind of blindly thinking this woman is something deserving of being on a pedestal and you're okay with this level of disrespect, that's on you. But at the end of the day, you know, this is not even surprising. Like,
I mean, obviously 228,000 people are more than happy to be disrespected because in the mean girl on the internet is mean to the people that they also don't like. And also, if she did it, if she had the sexy sex cloth off once on stream, who's to say it won't happen again? So yeah, there's going to be a lot more people watching her now, just for that. All the kinds of people I would never want.
She actually is kind of an outlier,
which is good for me.
Popular indie VTuber scene by not having an account like that because there's about a 50-50 chance they have an OF or a Fansly or something like that, anyways. But that's another conversation. You notice that in this, she's not addressing any, like really important criticism. Instead, she's making a follow-up again, trying to dispel the narrative that she had something extracurricular going on during her streams. And you can see the comments all
It's not a fantasy if it's true. Somebody else posted it too. What a legend.
Her, right? 23,000 likes, but you're hard-pressed to find a single reply that is supporting her. People saying it's not a fantasy if it's true.
Well, of course, it's easy to be silent and just be like, I'm gonna like your tweet because, let's be real, anyone that actually has a brain is commenting on that tweet or ignoring it or just keeping the back in the mind that this is who this person really is. Let's not even go with the theory that's being botted. I mean, everything's almost botted. Any person that has a large following always has their like stuff botted in one way or another. But excluding that from the argument, the fact that you don't have a lot of people commenting that are defending you is like a sign of like the real people that have the real brain cells that actually can see what's going on in comparison to your just gooner audience that's only there to enjoy themselves with the third hand.
You just like being a manipulative person. You're at bare minimum pucking your boyfriend on his VOD because her explanation to some is that, well, he was in the other room. Well, that doesn't really mean a whole lot to some people because they still believe something happened, and that narrative gets even more confusing with her explanation. Then this user saying, dude, you can hear, you can read. Here's another one saying, imagine getting, you can hear.
He doesn't even read it.
And then pretending like you didn't do it for engagement. You were just really excited while reading. Yeah, she was just really excited while reading in-game chat and stuff like that. And you can see people proposing a community note. I don't think this is going to get through.
Humans have functioning ears, nor are we stupid.
But you can see someone saying,
what an
"Humans have
amazing
functioning
community
ears,
note.
Nor are we stupid." Because
It is actually incredible how much this woman has decided to ruin her reputation in a span of a couple days. I'm like awestruck from it. Like, I went from knowing nothing about this person to, oh, okay, she's just kind of, she's a bit of a bitch. But she doesn't like chibi reviews. I mean, there's plenty of things that's like about chibi reviews. And then like day 3, I was just like, okay, this person's just like, this person's a psychopath. And has no, this person, actually, no, wait, that's an insult to psychopaths, my bad. Because psychopaths at least are smart enough to not get caught on a mass scale like this. Like, they at least commit a couple crimes first. She's just a Cro-Magnon.
yeah, there's a lot, okay? And it just keeps growing, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, tough day to have 3D tracking. Okay, it's creating moments like this, I guess, but there's viral tweets. I mean, this one has 42,000. Pretty much every tweet showing this stuff is going viral. And like I said earlier, the sort of...
Wow, what a very interesting and quirky thing she suddenly did. I wonder why.
Last year, the narrative surrounding this has really breached containment. It's on every platform she inhabits, even on her most recent YouTube upload. First of all, you can see the like to dislike ratio, 1,600 versus 1,200.
That's actually quite incredible that she's having like people dislike bomb her stuff. Wait, geez, what are these numbers? 500,000 subscribers, 40,000, barely 30,000 views in 3 days. Deme, what happened to your audience? You gotta step it up. Them big numbers aren't really showing you anything with that, like, liked or disliked to view ratio. We ain't even seen the comments yet.
Dislikes. People are not happy, okay? And the comment section is diabolical.
Oh, I feel like even more people are commenting. Oh, fun fact. So you know how like Inflation Boy Piracy goes like, guys, don't gauge the dislike button. It's actually not the real thing. You're right, Piracy, because it's actually more. Here's a fun fact for anybody that has the re-add the dislike button to YouTube. It only counts people who also have that extension. So there's probably even more. If we're gonna take a gander, this probably has 3,000 dislikes. Maybe that's a little bit much. All right, let's. Maybe it probably has like around 2,000 dislikes in comparison to 1.6k likes. Because again, the extension only counts other people who have the extension are disliking. So there's even more there. But you know, furry inflation pyrocynical doesn't ever like to tell people that for whatever reason. He just says, guys, the dislike button, it's not accurate because there's an extension. How about you add on why?
Versus 1,200 dislikes. People are not happy, okay? And the comment section is diabolical, okay? This is just the first ones that...
We gotta love the Fate State Night PFP as well.
...show up. Getting plapped on stream is crazy. Phew, that's some backlash, huh? Be nice to other community members. Sure. Locking replies on Twitter. Knowing when to shut up prevents stupid drama pretty often. It's always worth a shot.
Yep. I mean, that's all it could have taken. She could have made her dig at chibi reviews. She could have got called out for it, and then she could have been like, all right, my bad, gang. And then she could have got off the internet. But no, too much pride. Had to be on Twitter while in Japan. Imagine being in Place, Japan, and still being on Twitter. How sad and pathetic is your life?
Happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Yeah, she's big on men's health, mental health, all those things. But this has also escaped onto Instagram as well. This is her most recent post. This person saying, hey, Deme, want to tell us about admitting your boyfriend SA someone? Which, that is a series of what people are claiming are deleted.
Wait, can you schedule posts on, like, Instagram? This thing was from 6 hours ago. I thought she's having the vacation in Japan. You can't schedule posts out on Instagram, for what I remember. Maybe you can. Maybe you can. Unless she has all this stuff on, like, her phone. Or she has a laptop with the files and she's uploading it from there. I mean, I know with YouTube you can schedule. You know what? I need to look that up now. Can you schedule posts on Instagram? Can you schedule... I can't type. SCHEDU schedule posts on Instagram. Yes. Okay, so it's probably scheduled. All right then. Good for her. Good for her. She's not content rotted yet.
Post. I don't think there's any proof of that, but
probably will be though.
Also running with that narrative. You can see the next comment saying generational fall off. Hope you lose it all. Next one saying crazy how all this hate.
Oh, you don't gotta hope. You don't gotta hope. She's definitely lost all respect from anybody that has brain cells, and anybody that doesn't disrespect her at this point. Obviously they weren't worthy of respect either.
If you just stayed on subject when replying to chibi reviews, LOL, it was such an awful response that honestly makes you deserve this hate. Graduate already. Oh wait, there's more. TikTok as well. This person saying on live is crazy. That is the top comment. Someone asking if they can crack. Someone saying my streamer, and then someone saying cracked live. And
man, what is that? This person has 500,000 followers. 500, almost 400. All right, like 4.5. I can't speak. Would it be 4.5? No. All right, let's say 4.5. You know what? Let me just reset real quick. I'm pulling a retard moment. All right, so she has 450,000 subs on YouTube, 200,000 followers on Twitch, and she can't even break 1,000 likes on TikTok. Let's be real. Why everyone? I think again, this just adds on to my point why everyone's really watching her.
My streamer, and then someone saying cracked live. And then someone saying she's cute, and then getting ratioed by someone saying, been cracking on stream. And then, during all this, she has continued to repost suggestive art like this one. You don't need me to scroll down to believe it. And the comments are just ripping this person and the artist apart. The artist, by the way, who did nothing wrong, but she should know, given the circumstances right now, her reposting any art is going to lead to the artist getting a bunch of negative comments. Like, there's no foresight whatsoever, right?
Well, of course, Rev, you're forgetting. She's just a girl, and she's just a mean girl on the internet that nobody should ever look up to. So whatever she does, nobody else should care. And if you do care, you're a simp incel chud that doesn't deserve to have a woman touch you or talk to you ever in your life. Emotional thinking at its finest.
Comments, of course, Deme reposted. I wonder who reposted. Now this is some nice safe for work stuff. Well, by her definition, it is safe for work as long as
yeah, guys. No PP and VV. No PP and VV. Therefore, safe for work. Safe for work always. No PP VV. Very safe. Very safe. Always. Always.
Actual stuff going on. And she.
Actually, fun little story. So, actually, here's a fun little idea. Here's a fun little story. I'm gonna do this real quick because I don't know if I'll get in trouble. I'm gonna type in Cinder Cup because I don't know if what other images will come up. All right, no, I think we're fine. Okay, I'm gonna reopen this because I just don't want to do any. I'm lazy. I'm a lazy fuck. I don't want to do any editing and search up Cinder Colored Cup. What about that? Images. Is that safe for work? I'm not even going to zoom in on that, but is that safe work? Is this safe for work? Would you be willing to go to work with this? Would you be comfortable with going to work for this? Let's all have, I think we all know the answer. There's no reason to say it out loud. But just because no PP and VV doesn't mean safe at work. But of course, though, yeah. Anyways, I have that cup, but I used to bring it to work because I didn't care. But then I actually kind of started to care because I liked my customers. And I was like, man, all right, I don't want them to think that I'm a complete Guna. I mean, I am a Guna, but I don't want them to think that. It's different. It's different. I'm trying to hide it from the public eye. From the private eye, and make fun of myself when I'm talking online. It's okay to call myself a Guna, though. Remember, guys, don't say with a hard R, either. It's
Posted
racist.
not safe for work art of her again, completely defeating her stance. Well, don't tell her that or her sycophants, who are really having a hard time right now. Okay, this person saying, seeing all the hostility directed towards Deme lately has been really disheartening. In my personal experience, she's one of the nicest and most genuine people in the VTuber.
Is that because you gave her a bunch of free art? Is that because you gave her a bunch of free stuff? Yeah. Hey, guess what? When people are nice to me, I'm also really nice to them. I can tell you, I've known people. They've given me a free model. They've given me plenty of free art. You know what I do? I give them money. And I'm nice to them. You know why? Because they're nice to me first. Wow, that's a surprise, guys. The nice person. The person that was nice to me. The person that was nice to me, I was nice back, and then they were also nice to me again. Wow, is that a surprise? Oh. It's almost like as if when people get, like, free shit, that they are nice to you. It's just human nature. It's just pattern recognition. Yeah. What else am I supposed to say? What else am I supposed to go on about? There's really nothing much else to go on about. That's just basic human psychology, and I've never even gone to college. And I can tell you, if someone's nice to you, you're nice to them. If someone's mean to you, maybe you're mean to them. But if you're being, but of course though, Damon's getting criticized for being mean, and then they're getting exposed for being a mean and a hypocrite. And meanwhile, this person's like, well, I never had that happen. Yeah, I know. Listen, I know you have your blinders on, but you gotta take them off. It ain't gonna work out in the end. You know why it ain't gonna work out in the end? Because everyone's gonna tie you to Deme now. And everyone's going to think you have the same mean girl personality as her just because you constantly make stuff for her. That's like people that are still making fan art for Cinder. People are going to just kind of think you're a little nutty. Even though, well, what Cinder did was really not that bad in comparison. Well, what Cinder did was bad. Cinder was a bad friend. But so was Nanoless. So was Bao. So was Shy Lily. Everybody in like the documents, when you actually sort them from the correct like timestamps, the dates, paints a bit of a different picture, other than Cinder being the complete bean girl during that whole time.
Community, no such thing as the VTuber community, by the way.
I still don't like Cinder. I mean, I got her merch. I only got her merch just because I thought her character was hot. That's about it. I don't watch her though.
Every interaction I've had with her, both publicly and privately, has been nothing but positive, and her community has always been welcoming and friendly too. Yeah, really, I've seen a very welcoming and friendly group lashing out at anyone who dare to criticize her. Yeah, they've been so welcoming and friendly to genuine criticism. But yeah, you can see just completely putting on blinders to everything happening right in front of this user. And you can see the replies here, a quote saying,
wait, he said blinder, bruh, he said the blinders too. Man, we're so in sync, Rev. When's that collab? I just predict the future. I just got like foresight. You know, I played enough Pokemon Mystery Dungeon that I used foresight over and over again, and now I just have it built into my soul.
So we support attacking people with trauma while simultaneously not wanting to be reminded of their own. Got it. And as you can tell right here, instantly blocked. If you go back to the original...
Ooh. What did I say? What did I say? Well, I did say that she would be portrayed as a mean girl, but looks like we found ourselves a mean girl too. We found ourselves a second mean girl that stands for this mean girl.
Despite getting nearly 3,000 likes, well, it's
3,000 likes, locked comments,
and
interesting.
3,000
likes, but only 188 retweets. Very interesting. Very interesting. With that like to retweet ratio, something's telling me that's a little fishy.
Making fun of them. There's not a single positive interaction on this post. But here's another quote saying, yeah, the problem is Deme doesn't realize that most VTubing fans are no longer as merciful as they used to be in pre-2025. Last year of her group in the Girly Pops, it in particular, was the flashpoint for most of the 2025 drama. And guess what happens to this person? Instantly blocked by the original poster. This person saying, nicest woman, yeah, she totally didn't slander Chibi. How nice of her. Idiotic statement. Locks comments. Well, I guess this user has one thing in common with their Oshi. But then we have this post saying, this is killing me. This person locked comments because they knew not a single soul would agree with them, and they got blocked too. And despite having the...
No, you don't get it. They got 3,000 likes. That means people obviously agreed. That's totally not just like a bunch of people mindlessly liking something. That's totally not like NPCs or bots. No. Those are real people that agreed. That's why there's nobody in the comments. That's why the comments are locked. That's why there's like so few retweets, and that's why there's so many quote retweets that are criticizing them. It's just, you know, the silent majority. They don't want to get hurt, guys, by all the people with brain cells.
This blue thing here, I appreciate the sentiment, but this drama really has gone nuclear. It is not going away because she doesn't stop talking. The last thing she should be doing right now is tweeting, but she can't help herself. She's digging a deeper and deeper hole every single post. And the fact that she's so upset about the on-stream related narrative more than anything else, even as a Deme fan, don't you find that a bit odd? She doesn't care if she's a hypocrite. She doesn't care if she's a bad person. She doesn't even care about her fans if they have any criticism. They're useless now. But that narrative with her possibly doing something on stream, that's worthy of responding to and handling with a lot of care. Interesting. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please consider giving the video a like, consider subscribing and turning on notifications for daily uploads as well.
Absolutely. You guys should like, comment, and subscribe on Revsa's Desu's video here. You see, I'm not going to, though. I mean, I already am subscribable, but I ain't gonna like. Maybe I'll comment, though. I don't know if I have anything else to say. My liked videos is only videos I ever want to rewatch. You know what? Maybe this would be a good rewatch, now that I think about it. I guess. Well, guys, once again, just stop listening and stop caring about unsolicited opinions from online prostitutes.